Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celebs Source, your source for celeb news. Now today we have, hey yo man, we got people clapping at the end of my neighborhood right now, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to make this one super fast, man, because you know what I'm saying? You never know who's gonna be running down the street, you know what I'm saying? Busting off shots, you know what I mean? I don't feel like that right now. I'm just not in the mood for that. Check this out, man. We got a couple of things on deck, man. We got some really bad news, man. T.I. and Boosie, man, going back and forth still, man. And Young Thug and what's going down with that, man. We're gonna keep it short for today. Again, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source. Hey, yo, if this is your first time to the channel, man, be sure to hit that like button if you feel any part of the content. We definitely appreciate that. That notification bell's waiting for your task to go on and give it a tap, and the subscribe button's waiting for your subscription, man. So go on and touch that too. You like, oh man, you sound like you Russian, man. Like they running down your street. Yeah, if they do, you know what I'm saying, the last thing I'm gonna do is hit send. You know what I mean? To Source. Like, Source, send it out. A lot of y'all like, yo, why you posted that video so late yesterday? You know what I'm saying? I don't like to blame anybody for what happened. Okay? But I don't like to blame anybody for what happened. Check this out, man. The Young Thug trial is once again getting delayed. You know what I mean? The man's been locked up on them RICO charges, man. They done locked this man up for close to a year now, and he might be locked for a couple more months, man. So far, it's been about 10 months. Now it's going to be a little bit more because they seem to be having trouble finding vetted jurors. You know what I'm saying? It's stated more groups of jurors being brought in February 24th, March 17th, April 29th, and May 19th. It'll probably be months before the trial starts, okay? It's saying that 500 to 600 jurors in the pool after hardships is what's needed. We'll need to qualify close to 100 folks before strikes. So essentially, the whole trial is getting delayed because they can't seem to find folks because, you know, I mean, you know, like I guess it's hard because I guess they need to make sure that he doesn't know or doesn't have access to, or YSL is not connected to. That's really like a really muddy situation. I find it to be very funny, man. You know what I'm saying? People in my neighborhood like, yo, you hear the shots? You hear the shots down the street? I'm like, yeah, why don't you go inside? And then they out here playing ball. This is ridiculous. Look, check this out, man. What's my time looking like over here? You like, yo, you just got started. Yeah. And I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll. Okay? Can a man roll? All right? It's finally nice outside. I got to take care of my yard now, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be raining all week. Check this out. Y'all know, where we at over here? Y'all know T.I. and Boosie had the back and forth, man. I would explain what happened, you know what I'm saying? But the videos where we explained it all are still up, you know what I'm saying? So you can go and check out some of our older videos, man, from just a couple of days ago, man. T.I. told Boosie he got the paperwork to prove he ain't a snitch. Boosie seemed to not quite have a response, at least not a public response. Instead, Boosie pivoted to something else, talking about game night. You know what I'm saying? With the emojis breaking out the Monopoly board and the Uno cards and his 10-sided dice. You know what I'm saying? Die, whatever you want to call it. T.I. responded under Boosie's post, talking about, say, boy, you supposed to be up here at Trap City Cafe, checking this paperwork and straightening your face, or else you flawed according to the convict code. Close quote. Look, T.I. Look, if you want to hang out with your old buddy, man, just say so, man. You know what I'm saying? Just be blunt. You know what I mean? I honestly think it would look like a mature move in the culture for the two to be spotted together looking like they worked out their differences, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what the culture needs, man. You know what I mean? Like after all, it ain't like he don't got the paperwork to prove he ain't a snitch. You know what I mean? Then they could drop that collab that was supposed to have been happening. Now, of course, there are some that wouldn't want to see the two get paper together. You know what I'm saying? There's always that. You know what I mean? Some people just hate to see things like, oh, you know what I mean? We don't want to see these two dudes getting their paper together. Remember, okay? There are people that have generations of a head start, like generational head start, all right? You two, who are making money, are supposed to be creating this generational wealth for your offspring, man. So don't let nonsense keep you from that. You know what I mean? Now, Boosie responded to T.I. From the game. And Boosie said to T.I., he goes, I'ma text you, okay? Which I assume is saying we could talk about this behind closed doors and the whole 9 yards, which I think would have been relatively smart, okay? But, what's the key word I said? Smart, all right? I'm afraid it may be a little bit too late for that because this insanity has skipped over the underground joint and went straight to the swimming level 1-3, all right? Take a listen to T.I. I think at the Trap Cafe and what he had to say. Take a listen.
Whole lot of big South. Donovan, get in there. Just to put it on. I don't fuck around.
So it sounds like T.I. was on one with that one right there. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, just as an onlooker, because they're doing this in public, so we're talking about it in public. This is a public situation, and I'm gonna just tell you right now, just working with large groups of people and stuff like that, especially when they have discrepancies. When there is a discrepancy and there's an audience, it never plays out well, man. These things are always better behind closed doors, which is why I think T.I. should have took Boosie up on that when he said, "I will text you." That's a behind the door convo. You know what I'm saying? And then they can come back together like, "No, we hashed it out." You know what I mean? And people gonna talk, "Oh, Boosie, you just made a whatchamacallit for your boy." Yeah, whatever, man. People forget. You know what I mean? Like, y'all be forgetting. People forget. Okay? Now, honestly, I don't think Boosie was avoiding T.I. as much as Boosie may have just had a prior engagement. He said, "I'm going to a game. I got this game situation going on." So I don't know why, like, it switched over to this other thing. Like, "Yo, you avoiding me." I don't think that Boosie was avoiding T.I. Personally. I personally don't think that that's what the situation was. Let me do my shout outs real quick. I think I had a shout out or two, man. I had a good shout out that I really wanted to highlight, man. You know what I mean? All right, first off, man, Leo's Rule. Leo's Rule said, "Yo, this video, yesterday's video," he said, "it dropped late as cuff, but I'm here for the shiznit, man." He said, "Hey, yo, shout out to all the people here in the cookout, man. Show your love, be respectful, don't come at the neck of the messengers. We're all here to enjoy ourselves on social media, lift each other up, and even though we're all strangers and don't know each other from a can of beans, we're friends and family up in here." You know what I'm saying? Let's go, kings and queens. Hey, yo, man, shout out to Leo's Rule for that, man. I'm glad that when you went to court, they didn't give you the business neither, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's real talk, too, what he's saying, man. Yes, we have not met each other, man, but still, man, like, you know, we got some kindred spirits up in the comment section, man. And that's a beautiful thing, man. Honestly, man, it is an honor. It really is truly an honor to be the host of a show where the people in the comment section are not only intelligent, man, you know what I mean, but they have intelligent dialogue and conversation and hear each other out, man. I really am appreciating my y'all for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Milton Williams said, "Yo, I've been waiting, Celeb. I'm here every day." I talked about yesterday's video, which came out late. Said, "I've been waiting, Celeb. I'm here every day, silently in the cut like blood." You do get that thumbs up daily, though. You know what I'm saying? My first and probably my last comment. Hey, yo, Milton Williams, I had to highlight this comment because I appreciate it. If it's your first comment, so I appreciate that. And because it may be your last comment, I definitely appreciate that. It matters. When y'all comment, that shows engagement to YouTube. That tells YouTube, hey, yo, Celeb Sauce, you know what I'm saying, is someone that, you know, has a little engagement on his platform. That's cool. Part of the engagement is hitting that like button. Oh, and when y'all comment. So when y'all hit the like button, when y'all comment, when y'all hit the notification bell, that tells YouTube that we doing something alright over here. You know what I'm saying? Well connected said, "Yo, somebody was in a Klinko yesterday. dropping so late it's early. What's the charge?" Look, I wasn't in the Klinko, man. You know what I mean? Like I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I did my recording. I did my part. And Sauce releases it when Sauce believes it's the best time to release it. Sauce is the genius behind the magic, okay? I told you Sauce creates the videos, and then Sauce releases it. You're like, "Oh, is that two people? It's the same person?" Like, I said, it's Celeb, it's Sauce, and then it's Sauce. You know what I'm saying? And then on the backup channel, that's Sauce. You know what I'm saying? You're like, wait, so Sauce is a woman this whole time? No, I mean, not, well, on the backup channel, Sauce is a woman, but, you know what I mean? Like, Sauce that found me, you know what I mean, is different from Sauce that does the videos, you know what I'm saying? Never mind all that. I don't want to give you all the details of how we work, our machinations, you know what I'm saying? Well connected, shout out to you, man. You know what I mean? You trying to figure out what's the charge? What I got locked up for yesterday? I got locked up because we hot to death over here. You know what I'm saying? Hot to death. Lastly, I gotta read this comment. It's from Save. Save said this. Save said, "Thank you, Celeb and the Sauce, for staying the course." Oh, that rhymed. Yeah. You a rapper, Save. Save said, "Anyway, keep educating ones about the agenda, especially targeted towards our children." Speak on. She says, who have always been the most vulnerable since the Middle Passage. The children have been the most vulnerable since the Middle Passage. Just like Boosie, I love my daughter, who I'm assuming would call herself bisexual, seeing as she has children currently with a man, but have made it clear that my knowledge of the scriptures, that the Most High does not change and does not approve of that practice. I know 100%. Now listen, this is why I had to highlight this, okay? Seve says, I know 100% my daughter was groomed while on the basketball team as a residue from the scandal of one of the players being found with the then coach and her girlfriend. Her so-called friends kept trying her as well, grabbing private parts and acting like they were just playing, which she checked them at first. But I'm guessing too much time was spent with the team, as she told me almost all, if not all, were claiming to be lesbians. But this group tries to separate themselves from those cases. Have you heard anything else about William and Zachary Zullock? Yeah, research those LGBT activists. I kind of wanted to highlight this comment because I see this as well a lot, okay? There's something in psychology called the exposure. It's a cognitive bias. It's called the exposure effect. Something that you are exposed to continuously will begin to break down your defenses and seep in and begin to seem normal and almost even appropriate to you if you are exposed to it continuously. Are you catching my drift, man? Anything you're exposed to continuously. This is why some of y'all may find yourselves being relatively attracted to your classmates, to the people that you work around, anybody that you are constantly exposed to. That's the exposure effect. You catching my drift, man? And you might not have thought anything of the person, but because you're constantly being exposed to the person, after a while, they start looking better and better. After a while, like if you eat the crackers, the saltine crackers long enough, that joint will be like, it's turning into a Ritz cracker. It's turning into the fancy cracker. It's now a steak. You know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of us get y'all ladies too. You know what I'm saying? We just around y'all a lot. We around y'all enough for y'all to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you remind me. Well, as soon as the lady says you remind, I'm going to tell y'all, fellas, let me give you a hint. Let me give you a clue. As soon as the ladies tell you you remind them of somebody, that means familiarity. You might be good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might good. You know what I'm saying? But if they say you're like a brother, I don't know about all of that. If they say you're a friend, you can forget about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, when they start, or sometimes they say like a brother, that kind of X's you out too. But I'm just saying, though, just keep in mind if you seem to be familiar to them. Anyway, my bad. Sorry, ladies, I had to expose your secret. I've seen it countless times. But I find this to be interesting, or what Seve is saying. You know what I mean? The constant playing, the constant grabbing of the private parts. This stuff is happening to your children on the regular. I know you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? But you need to ask, because that is sexual harassment. That's a crime. These people, like, you know, in school, high school, kids ain't supposed to be grabbing other kids' private parts. I'm just telling you like it is. You need to speak to your kids because it's happening to your kids. Trust me. Go ask your kids. When they tell you, you'll be like, oh, yeah, Celeb just told me this. Okay? Let me wrap this bad boy up, okay? Let me wrap this bad boy up. And finally, it's supposed to be a short video today. In deeply disappointing news, Kodak Black has a warrant issued for his arrest. You like from years ago? No, like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Look, can you believe I read this yesterday? Went to sleep and had a dream about Kodak Black, man. The man was sitting in my living room and I was like, yo, Kodak, man, you might want to see this. And I tried to show him that there was a warrant issued for his arrest, but my Wi-Fi was acting up. It was like mad slow. He was like, come on, man, I'm waiting, man. Why your Wi-Fi so slow? I was like, bro, you really need to see this. You better not rush out of here. You know what I'm saying? Is that what you're trying to show me, homie? Look, I was like, hold on, man. Let me switch over to LTE. You know what I'm saying? Jump. Let me switch off the LTE and jump over to the Wi-Fi, man. Just sit tight. You know what I mean? Because you need to see this. Anyway, look, I was so disappointed. Kodak Black failed to appear for a drug test on February 3rd, and he failed the drug test on February 8th. They done found fentanyl in his system. Okay? So now there is a warrant issued for his arrest. According to TMZ, it's being stated that if they do bring him in, he will likely be denied bond since he has a pending drug possession case from last summer. You know what I mean? I don't even know what to say about that, man. Hey, look, if he's getting hooked on fentanyl, and we know fentanyl be killing people, I hate when prison is what saves people from themselves. I really do. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we would rather see our artists free and not addicted to drugs. But if the choice is hooked on fentanyl or prison, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see you hooked on Fenty, bruh. Yo, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Ain't that some disappointing news, man? How the hell was you pardoned, bruh? Wasn't he pardoned? Yo, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source, celeb news.